Hey folks, thanks for joining us today for our brief introduction to day trading our corporate funds. What we're looking at here is our proprietary software. This is what we want to train people on when they execute in the market. So we're just going to take a few quick scalps to illustrate how our indicators work in the market. What we're looking at here on the bottom is our majors and minors. And I'm going to take a moment to explain these really quickly. Basically, these are giving us information as to what the small investors and day traders are doing and what the major investors, big banks like T. Rowe Price, Merrill Lynch, UBS are doing in the market. Essentially, what we want to do for this lay down signal is wait for them to just have a quick agreement. Both oversold, this thick red line, and then crossed and pointed up. We want the minors to cross and point up and the majors to cross and point up. And when we get them to both cross and point up and remain that way till the end of the candle, we'll go ahead and execute a buy. We're just going to go for a half a point and get in and out of this trade. So let's wait for that setup. The great part about executing in the financial markets as a day trader is that you can take trades in both directions. If the market is going up, we can go ahead and take the up trade and buy. If the market is going down, we can take a sell trade and sell. We'll see here that we've got a double cross. As soon as that remains that way, we'll go ahead and press this buy button right there. And you can see our entry, and this other line up here represents our exit. And as it crosses this exit, it'll give us our profit. There we go. Took just a couple seconds, and we banked $125 profit. This is pretty standard for somebody that's just getting started in the market. This is a really easy lay down signal. With our program, we have a number of other signals and patterns that we can use to execute in the market. But for the sake of this particular introduction, we want to be as simple as possible. We don't want to overcomplicate things. We want to show you just a really basic setup, a lay down pattern that we could execute with very limited time, which is great for folks that are just getting started in the market and learning how to leverage themselves properly so that they're not tied to a computer for hours and hours, but they can pop in and place a few trades and make something significant within a short amount of time. So now that we're overbought, the majors and minors are overbought, we want them to now cross and point down, gray below black and green below red, and then remain that way until the end of the candle. And so we're going to wait for that setup and see if we get it here. If we do, then we're going to press the sell button. And when we execute the sell, you're going to see the same lines appear. You're going to see a line where we entered and a line where we will exit. Notice that it didn't cross on the previous, so we didn't try to execute there. We're going to wait until both of them cross and point down after having resided above this blue line, which represents the overbought portion of the market. Now, although we only took just a little bit of that movement up, you can see that we potentially could have taken more. All right, now we've got them crossing back down again. Let's see if they hold that way till the end of this candle. If they do, we'll go ahead and press the sell button. So let's wait for that just a little bit here. And as soon as that next candle comes out, if that cross remains, we're going to go ahead and press the sell button. You'll see the same thing happen. There we go. So we've got our entry here and we've got our exit down here. So there we go. Another couple seconds and we're out of that trade. We banked $250 in profit. To give you a good idea as to what you would need in order to make a trade like this in the market, all you would need is about $2,500. Now we are funding accounts. So we put money into an account for an individual and they're able to leverage with our money and keep anywhere from 60% to 80% of the profit. In addition to that, we make things even simpler with our alerts. We have a program that we just rolled out that you would receive real-time alerts to your smartphone, your mobile device, and or your desktop that are giving you trades set up real-time within 15 minutes. So it's not knee-jerk. You'll have up to 15 minutes to analyze and determine whether or not you want to enter that trade and then execute. So now that we're oversold, we want to see the same thing we saw before. We want to see that these lines cross and point up simultaneously. So we've got them both pointed up. So let's wait for that to stay that way and the new candle come out, and then we'll press this buy button and do like we did before and take a buy. Again, because we're leveraging in the market in both directions, it gives us more opportunities to get in and out of trades versus what is traditional, and that's buying a stock. Oh, there we go, another couple seconds, we got out of that trade. Buying a stock or what have you, holding on to it long term, and at some point releasing that and taking, the profit if it's moved into profit, and hopefully it has over the course of months and sometimes years. Now, we want to introduce to you our Lite trial membership. Essentially, what we do with our Lite membership is we give you the opportunity to test drive this. We're going to give you our indicators. We're going to give you our webinars that we do on a regular basis. We're going to give you software setup and assistance. You're going to have access to ongoing education on a regular basis, so on and so forth. and you'll have that for 30 days. Most people need about 2 weeks to figure out whether or not we're a good fit. In that time, you're able to acquire a lot of education and knowledge and understanding about our program. It's not going to make you a proficient trader, and that's not the idea. The idea is that you have the ability to make an educated decision as to whether or not what we're offering is a good fit for you. And if it is, then we go forward from there. There are other steps that we want to encourage people to take, but we also want to make sure that we are attracting the right type of person. We don't have the ability to work with everyone. We want to entrust somebody with our funding, with our proprietary software, and with a one-on-one mentor, a coach, someone who is successful in the market. But at first, all we want to worry about is you trying it out. And right now, to try out the Light program for a full 30 days, and again, you're only going to need half that time to determine if we're a good fit for you, make that educated decision. Normally, it costs about $800 just to give us a test drive. With this promotion, which is the best promotion we've ever had, it's $95, and you're going to have access to our software. You're going to have access to our ongoing education. You're going to have access to on-demand recorded material that you can watch at your leisure. We're going to have an onboarding. You're even going to get a free coaching session with a professional day trader to give you a good understanding as to what to look forward to as you progress into coaching. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter if this is something that has worked for countless individuals within our organization. What matters is whether or not it works for you. Because if it doesn't work for you, as far as you're concerned, it doesn't work. So we want to make sure that it works for you and that you work for us. And if we come to that conclusion and we see it's mutually beneficial, then we start talking about the next steps. This sounds like something that you'd like to take a part of. If you feel like this may be the vehicle that'll get you to where you want to be financially, click the link and let's take the next step. We'll have somebody reach out to you and get you set up on our Light program for only $95. If you're like me and you don't want to wait around for somebody to call you, feel free to pick up the phone and give us a call, 801-701-8875. You'll be automatically connected to one of our representatives who will be more than happy to assist you in getting set up with your 30-day trial. Once you're registered, immediately you'll have access to on-demand information through a secure login, and your training will begin. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to working with you.